All right, so unless you've been living under a rock lately, you know one of the more popular things in catfishing today is bright colored rods and glowing them with a UV light or blue light some people are using. So I got a couple popular black lights that I've been using. I've seen a lot of people have been using. I just wanted to show you kind of a comparison between the two, a couple little differences between the two, and then we'll go out to the garage. We'll just do a little demonstration between the two and show you the differences. There's lots of black lights out there, but these are kind of the two I've picked out that look to be very catfishing friendly. The thing I kind of look for is a 12 volt and rechargeable. So a couple I'll go through real quick. This one I've been using on my boat for the last probably 3 years now, probably 2 to 3 years. So this one here is the Quans, Quans. It's a 10 watt, 12 volt. This one is a floodlight, and the wavelength is 395 to 400. So the wavelength is kind of, you want to look for a range of that high 300s to low 400s to get your brightest glow. That's kind of like the bullseye for your glowing for that wavelength. So like I said, you can use blue lights as well, but the black lights are going to work a little bit better of that wavelength. What I've done with this one, so you can see I've actually mounted it to a clamp, and what I do is I put it on a long pole and I mount it way up above in my boat so it's shining down. Because I tell you what, these warm summer nights, bugs love these black lights, even more so than regular incandescent or LEDs. I mean, they're just drawn to this thing, especially, I don't know what these little midges are or something, but they're everywhere. So the higher I get this up and point it down, the more it keeps the bugs off of us. And it'll never be 100% effective, but that's why you kind of want a light that's going to broadcast a ways. That way you can get that light away from, you know, your person or the persons around it. So actually, this one comes just with a direct wire, you know, a black and red wire. And I just basically just put a couple wire nuts on here and extended it. And then I put a SAE plug on it. And then I run this to a battery box. And the battery box, you know, I have like a 20 amp hour battery. This draws just under an amp. So, you know, we're looking at probably 20 hours this thing will run plugged into that light. It's been great. It's been through rainstorms. It's fell in the water a little bit. Fish, slime, you name it. It's taken a beating. And it's well worth the $17.99 it currently is on Amazon. So I would definitely recommend this one. I haven't had any issues with it. So, and I'll show you later what that one looks like as it glows the rods. Now this new one I got, and I'm going to be honest with you here, I haven't even tried this one. So what we're trying out here today is going to be the first time I tried this. But this here is kind of goes by a couple names. On Amazon, it goes by the Neonic rechargeable. And it's kind of an interesting story on this one. So the person that was marketing this actually runs this midnight match, like table tennis contests and events and things like that. And they were looking just for something to place on a tabletop. You know, they play like pickleball and table tennis and probably racquetball or something like that. I'm not even sure. But yeah, that's what kind of this came from, this Midnight Match company. So he sent this one to me, and I thought I'd give it a try out. So what's kind of nice about this one is it's rechargeable, so you're not tied to any wires. You don't need a 12 volt source unless you need to charge it. So this can really, you know, it's endless where you put these. I would like to see maybe a clamp on here so it could clamp on to certain things. So I'm guessing you probably could clamp that somewhere here. But yeah, this is what that looks like. It's got buttons in back here. So it's got charging ports. Got a USB 2.0 kind of an older plug for charging, but it also has the bigger USB-A here for you can actually use this to charge your phone or whatever. It's almost like a little power bank, so you'd use that bigger USB port for running it externally. So it's got a battery meter here, so it's showing 3 bars there. And when you charge it, you know, it's just 1, 2, 3 lights up. When the third one lights up, it's fully charged. And here's your power button. So it looks like it's going to be fairly bright. You got high, low, and there's a strobe on here, which I'm guessing none of us will ever use that strobe. It's probably kind of a carryover from some emergency light, you know, the software in this or whatever was put in there. So we say this one is 20 watts. The Quans is 10 watts, so it'll be interesting to see if this one looks like it puts out twice as much light. I have a feeling it's not going to. Sometimes these specs are a little overblown, especially on Amazon. But if you order this, you know, all you're going to get is the box and some bubble wrap and the light and a charging cord. That's it. There's no instructions or anything. So just be warned, it's kind of no nonsense, and that's all you're getting. So this one here is $39.99, and the wavelength on this one is 395, just like the Quans. So it should be similar. It's going to be interesting to see how it looks, you know, in the dark. So let's head on out to the garage, and we'll kind of put them side by side. All right, so we're set up here in the garage, and we have the Neonic rechargeable and the Quans. Basically, we'll put those right next to each other, and we'll do a little comparison. So I'm about roughly 10 feet from the boat edge to the wall. So that's, I would say that's probably pretty typical of a situation, whether you're bank fishing or in the boat. 10 feet seems about pretty normal. So let's just go ahead and do this. So let's do the Quans first. So Quans is on. I'm gonna get the lights here, and that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, so I'll try to do this by shutting the battery box off here, and then we'll turn the Neonic on. See if I can do this in the dark. All right, here we go. So this one's going off. And there's the Neonic. Hope I'm saying that right, Neonic. That one, I tell you what, that one is definitely brighter. For sure. I can just kind of tell by the shadows. It may not come across here really well on video, but I can tell it's amplified for sure. I wouldn't say it's twice as bright maybe, but it definitely is brighter than the Quans. Let's go back to the Quans here. Turn that off. Oh, there's low. That almost seems pretty similar to the Quans on low. Okay, let's go back to the Quans. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in between. It's I would say that the Neonic is a little bit brighter, but not overwhelming at all. But the rechargeable factor is really cool. Let's see when we turn both of them on here. That's with both of them on. Yeah, that's pretty impressive when you get 2 lights going. So maybe 2 of the Neonics would be really sweet, actually. I'm gonna show you my, if I put this up, show you the smackdowns in the multi-bar back of my boat. That lights up pretty good. I love that you can just, you know, take this wherever without being tethered to a cord. I'm just going to bring it up real close here, and it's definitely bright. Let me go, I'll try to go back as far back as I can to the garage door here. And even, I mean, I'm for sure 20 feet away here, and it glows those rods pretty well. Yeah, this is impressive. It's better than I thought it was going to be for sure. Yeah, so I would say between the two, this rechargeable one is a good buy. Now, I guess the only thing to see is, you know, is it durable? Is it going to stand up to the elements? How long does the battery last? That's another big thing. They claimed 5 hours. I haven't tested it, so I guess I can only go by what they say, but they said 5 hours on a charge, which is pretty good, because if you know about how many hours of darkness there actually is, you know, 5 hours is quite a bit, and usually should last you know, a good solid night. So yeah, if you're interested in purchasing either one of these, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description down below. Amazon link, you can check it out. Like I said, this one's like $39, and the Quans is like $17.99. So yeah, I think either one would be great. After using this one, I feel like I'm a little partial to this one now, just because the convenience factor. You know, you don't have to, you know, have a 12-volt source. You know, you can just take it, put it wherever you want, set it on the ground, set it on a table, you know, put it up in a tree, whatever. I think this one's going to be really popular, and I think it's going to be a good buy for night fishing with glow rods. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you out on the water.